What's up, y'all, man? Happy Monday to y'all. Welcome to Bandwidth again. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag. And if you could, press that subscribe button. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Mo Body Apparel. Offers sleek and sophisticated workout apparel for women of all ages and sizes. From t-shirts to workout sets, everyone can have Mo Body. The best workouts happen in a good workout set. When you look good, you train good. If you're interested in Mo Body Apparel, you can contact Mo via Instagram at Miosha1 or call 404-213-3467. Again, that's 404-213-3467. Man, shouts out to Mo Body Apparel. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's episode. Yo, what's up, man? What? Hey, I need everybody to go and vote. Do it now. Everybody go and vote. Well, you can't do it now. What time is it? Oh, yeah, the polls are closed. But tomorrow, if you have not early voted, I need you to do it. Y'all, we need a runner, not a walker. We need a runner, not a walker. Y'all, early voting ends this Friday, December 2nd. Make it your business, your priority to make sure you early vote. I'm going in the morning. I tried to go today, but the line was long and I had something to do, so I couldn't stay out there. However, tomorrow, come what may, I'm early voting. We need a runner, not a walker. All right. Love y'all. Hope you're well. Cyber Monday, current events. Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales racked in a record $9.12 billion from online shoppers this year, despite concerns of inflation and higher prices, according to estimates. So what that means is, I don't want y'all complaining about gas prices, rent prices. We just get this here again. We made America more and more. We made them richer. Yeah, look, hey, man, do y'all understand the African-American dollar is spent every, I think, 50 seconds? The Asian dollar is spent like every hour of some sort, maybe 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Have to look it up. But I do know the African-American dollar is spent in seconds, less than minutes. So who do you think the highest consumers were of this Black Friday? I'm Black, so I can talk about us. Hear me, we keep making people richer. What we should have done was save that money, starve that money, and invest it into some, not all, because I don't care if you're Black, don't mean you deserve my money. Just because you're a Black-owned business don't mean I'm gonna give you my money. However, we have some quality African-American businesses out here that we should have invested into, or we should have saved that money and done some more investments. We're going to continue this cycle of poverty if we keep being bamboozled by these sales and materialistic things. Come on, y'all. Stay woke. What they be talking about? Stay woke, wake up, come out your sleep, whatever they say. All right, man. Oh, I like this one, Megan the Stallion. I thought it was Megan the Stallion. I thought it was Megan the Stallion. It's Mega the Stallion. Lord have mercy. Why they call her that? Hey, what, brother? Why they call her a stallion? Megan the Stallion is the first Black woman to be on the cover of the Forbes 30 Under 30 issue. Wow. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Congratulations to the Stallion, Miss Megan, you. Miss Megan. Hey, listen, I always wondered why they called her that until I saw her. Because I heard about her way before I saw her. Because I was like, what child would walk around calling themselves a stallion? That's what I asked myself. I was like, who was this person? And then I saw a rap on one of the YouTubes, and I said, I'm trying to still figure why she's the stallion. And Lord have mercy, she stood up. I said, Lord Jesus. I said, oh! That's why, Lord. It's fearfully and wonderfully made. Well, I wondered for months. I was like, what? I said, well, who would name their child a whore? And Lord Jesus. And I saw on the YouTube rapping, she was doing like a cipher or something. So I was like, but why would she? I said, she can rap, you know, it's kind of foul in terms of, you know, her lyrics are kind of, you know, vulgar. But why? She ain't mentioned nothing about no horse in her words or nothing. She ain't talking about how she grew up on a ranch. I thought maybe she grew up on a ranch and she had a favorite horse and things, or she used to race horses of some sort. But she was sitting down while she was rapping. So I said, okay, well, I'll find out later on. And Lord, lo and behold, she stood up one day, Doctor. I said, oh, you get that? Would you look at that? Oh, boy, I said, Lord, listen to me, Doctor. I said, okay then, Megan. Okay. And then they told me she was young. I said, oh, Jesus. Listen, man. But anyway, let me be professional. Congratulations, Megan the Stallion. We support you. And we understand. You understand what I'm saying? Man, what's up, y'all? Woo! Lord Jesus. Let me tell you something. Don't come to my church, Miss Stallion. Let me tell you, somebody else gonna have to preach, Doctor. Don't walk in there. Please, Jesus. All right, man. All right. Y'all, man, what episode is this? Brand, what episode is this, man? Shouts out to, man, let me do it again. Welcome to Bam. Y'all don't hear it? All right, well, it's off. Man, look. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for supporting Bandwidth. What episode is this, Brand? Anybody told me? Let me see. Episode 59. Whoa! This is episode 59, y'all. We have one more to go before we reach our goal, 60 episodes. They ain't believing us, but man, y'all know who believed in us. Y'all know who did. God did. Thank y'all for supporting, man. Thank you all for supporting, sticking it out with me, man. You know, typically we have about 60 people on, but you all know the podcast is really going live is not the point. The point is to be able to, it's a podcast. So it's really about listeners and all that stuff. So, man, shouts out to Chris, Brand, Shakira. That's my podcast team. And the first of the year, we'll have a brand new setup. Y'all, I'm changing the studio. It'd be so dope. It's going to be dope, man. Thank y'all so much. Tonight, y'all, we're talking about high value men/women. Now, we'll not be able to, I decided because I'm a man and I have to be loyal to men first. I have to talk about what is really for the women, but it's encouraging the men. And so I wanted to do an episode about what is a high value man. I think, culture started saying this the last 24, 48 months, this phrase, high value man. What's a high value woman? What's a high value man? And what we have done is we have established that a high value man culture is suggesting, or some people use their platforms to suggest that high value men and women, they are in a certain tax bracket. They have a certain economical status. All right. Now, here's the problem with that. Everybody's platform is relative. We're all, subject to our own opinions and etc. And so I want to take the opportunity to use my platform to bring a little clarity and some balance to those types of things. The problem I have with the problem I have with suggesting that a high value man has a certain amount of money and that's it is what happens to his value as a man if and when he loses his money. What happens to a man? What happens to a woman when she's no longer making $450,000 or up? What happens to her esteem? What happens to her value as a woman? What happens to his value as a man? What happens to his esteem? What happens to his character? And so, for something to be, hear me, you all understand this, that money has value to it, but it's easy to get. It's valuable, but it's not valuable. No, here's what I teach people all the time when I'm talking to leaders. I say, this is how easy money is to get. I just left a corner store and a man sits up there every day. He does not work. He does not have any effort. He puts forth any effort. He does not have a lot of work ethic, if you will, on and on and on. Yet and still, he may make more money than me because he sits in one spot and he just asks people for money. That's how valuable it is. And I watch people day in and day out hand him money. And it is very possible, especially here in Atlanta, that gentleman is going to a nice house. He may be presenting himself as homeless, but going to a nice house after his shift is over. That's how easy it is to make money. That you can be a prostitute and make money. You can be a stripper. You can be a dope boy. You can be anything. Hear me very carefully. You can be anything and make money. That's how valuable it is. That's how easy it is to get. So I do not want to put, I don't know if I agree totally with a high value man or woman being solely subjected to their economical status. I don't know if I can do that. I want to talk to you about what I believe, based upon my research and study, what I believe a high value man is. Now, let's understand this. There is a such thing as a low value man and a low value woman. Hear me, it does not directly have anything to do with a person's money or their status, their social economical status, their financial status, their accoutrements or accomplishments. No, it does not. It's not directly. It doesn't have anything to do with that directly. But understand this, there is a such thing as a low value man and a low value woman. Now, here's the objective of the game. By the end of this particular podcast, I have 16 things I want to give you, and I have to rush through it. By the end of the podcast, I want you to examine yourself. Don't think about anybody else. Think about yourself. I want you to figure out, are you high value or low value? Understand that just because you have money doesn't mean you carry value. I want you to understand that for all of us that's pursuing money, go and get your bag, make it happen, because you can't be poor. You can do nothing for society being poor. You cannot do anything for society being poor, but take. And we understand that one of the points we're going to make in a minute is that high value people give. But understand this, just because you have money doesn't mean you carry high value. It just simply means you have valuables or possessions, but it doesn't mean you're a person of values. All right. That's context of what we're about to talk about. So I'll say that again. Just because you have money doesn't mean you carry high value. It does not mean you carry high value. It just means you have valuables or you have possessions, but it doesn't mean you're a person of values. It does not mean that. 16 characteristics of a high value man, and it can be interchangeable with, women. But I want you to take what you take, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Just because you don't agree does not mean it's wrong. All right. Understand that. Just take what you can take, extract it. And if it benefits you and if you can use it for your life, I want you to run with it. If not, just throw it away. Number one, if you want to be a high value man or woman, number one, understand this: high value men or women, they say the greatest sentence in the world: no. No is a sentence. The word no lets people know you're not desperate. Now, let's unpack this for a minute. One of the things you have to understand about high value people understand the art of saying no. In order for a person to say no, it means they are not desperate, and it means they understand the art of patience, that they are methodical, and hear me very carefully, they are not needy. I'll talk about that in a moment. I'll give you a perfect example. Low value men, they sleep with everyone that gives them attention. Low value women, they are impressed by every man that skis and what's up, shawty, and hey, beautiful. Low value men, hear me. This is how you can identify a low value man. A low value man lives out of his lack in high school, lives out of his accomplishments of high school. For example, a low value man, a guy that never really got a lot of play in high school, never got a lot of attention by women, gets older, gets a little money, gets a little, a little reputation, gets a little charisma. And because he's not used to attention, he sleeps and entertains any and everyone that gives him attention. Now, understand this. If a low value man is getting attention, he's probably getting attention from a low value woman. A high value woman probably is not attracted to anything that a low value man would have. So understand that. But hear me very carefully. A low value man always he jumps at an opportunity to sleep with a woman. And a low value woman, get this, she is overly impressed and very, very desperate for attention. So hear me. High value men and women, they understand the art of saying no. I have a mentor I had a mentor when I was in my early 20s. His name was Vincent Davis, phenomenal man. He says this to me. We were out at a restaurant and he says, Gabe, don't ever give every woman the privilege of saying she had sex with you. Don't give every woman the privilege of saying she had you. And that's what high value men understand. High value, we've taught women not to give their bodies away. We never told men not to. Understand this, that when a man is high value, he understands that he cannot give himself to any and every person because people can be, hear me, detrimental to what he or she has built. Everyone, hear me, people, when you become a high value person, you start looking out for liabilities. You are not interested in your ego being massaged, or you're not looking for someone to stroke your ego, or you're not looking for someone to boost your esteem, and you're not looking for someone to just smash every time you turn around because it boosts your confidence. No, you start moving very methodically because you understand that people become, as you increase in value, people become liabilities. What does that mean? I'm not going to sleep with a woman, hear me very carefully, that has no value. She is of low value. And after I have her, after she has me, she comes for everything that it took, hear me, she comes for everything that it took me 20 years to build. And just because we had sex or we had a moment for one night, she's now able to control that and destroy that, whether she goes and tells somebody, whether she puts it on social media, whether she sends our screenshots. It's a low value woman that will come and try to destroy what a person has built, an empire. Hear me. High value women don't try to destroy empires because they're busy building or trying to establish their own. So high value people, they understand the art of saying no. High value people, hear me very carefully, don't miss this. High value people don't respond to every compliment. High value people don't take every opportunity. High value people don't take every business deal. High value people don't take the little small things to be comfortable. Meaning this, a lot of people are looking, they'll do anything to leave their jobs. They will do anything. They will do anything to leave their jobs. Those are low value people. People who do not understand their value, people who would rather be comfortable than to be able to look at what they would lose, their time. They'll be able to hear me. A high value person understands that the greatest commodity, the highest commodity you can have is not money, but it is time. And so a low value person, because they're desperate, because they don't understand liabilities, they don't understand the value of time. Time, hear me very carefully. Time equals money. Money doesn't equal time. Time equals money. If you have enough time, you can make money. But just because you have money does not mean you have time. And high value people, they look at things very, very carefully and methodically because they want to preserve time and energy. I would rather have time and energy than money, because if I have time and energy, I can make money. But if I have money and no time and energy, I can't make more money. I can't make impact. So what happens is when you become a low value person, you will take the smallest opportunities just because you're not getting your way on your job. Just because you hate your job, you'll just do anything. anything. You will cut corners. You versus saying, no, there's an opportunity that's been presented to me by my cousin, Jay Sean them, but hear me, it sounds good, but no, because I am a high value person and I take my time and I take my energy. I take it very serious. I take it seriously. So hear me very carefully. High value people, they understand the art of saying no. They will not jump on every business. Do you know how many people text me and say, hey, we could do this, and what do you think about this, or A, B, C, and D? And I never jump at an opportunity if I don't feel it. I have a lot of people that will always shoot me ideas, business opportunities, endeavors, you name it. Do you understand? Because I understand my value, I can't say yes to everything. It may offend people. People may not like it. People may deem it as rejection. But for me, it's not about rejection. It's not about liking. It's about everything that's good may not be beneficial. I'm looking at liabilities, anything that will take away from my time, anything. It may sound good. It may be good. It may have been good for you. It may have worked for you, but I understand me. I understand my pursuit. I understand my particular journey. I understand what I'm good at. If I'm not good at it, I'm not going to invest my time in it. I don't care if it made you $1,000 a day. If I'm not good at it, I'm not going to make 1,000. I'll make $50, and $50 is not enough for me to make a day to leave what it is that I'm really good at, man. You have to understand the art of saying no. When you say yes to everything, you're moving into the low value. Number two, understand this, y'all. High value people have mentors and leaders. I'm just not going to stay there too long, but I will say this. A high value person understands that in order to keep value, they need someone that can see what we like to call blind spots. Many people are so stubborn, and many people are so rebellious, and many people are so selfish. That's why they can't grow, because they don't have someone seeing with them. I like to put it like this. You can drive a little safer with a passenger, someone that can turn their body and see what you can't see, someone that can help you see the blind spots. And understand this, a passenger, someone that's riding with you, though they can be aggravating, though they can get on your nerve, etc., they can be safe. They can assist you in getting to a destination much safer and quicker, because while you're trying to get directions and drive safely, while you're trying to control the radio, trying to control what's going on, trying to be defensive and offensive, etc., you have a passenger that can be a partner that can help you see blind spots, that can help. So hear me, if you're going to be high value, you have to include mentorship and leadership in your life, so people can look at you and look at what you're doing and challenge it and help sharpen you and help you become better. Hear me, I trust no person that does not have mentorship and leadership. I trust no one that does not have mentorship and leadership. Mentorship and leadership is not someone that you can have fun with, smoke cigars with. Mentorship and leadership is a person that you sit down and you present what it is you have going on in your life, and they add value to what you're already valuable in. I'm looking for people that can add value to me. And typically those leaders are people who have been where you are before, not working in your same industry. I think we have a lot of idiots in culture that the only mentors we have are mentors that work. We think that the only people that can tell us something are those who are established in a particular industry. Did you know that there's something that's greater than knowledge about a certain industry, and it's wisdom? Wisdom says this: I've seen it all. I may not have participated in it all, but I understand that there are foundations of success in every arena. It does not matter whether it's social media, it does not matter whether it's YouTube. I know what will last. I know what will be short-lived. I know how to get people to last. And so it is important, if you want to maintain your high value, hear me, you need to have mentorship and leadership. And it's not someone that you're always shooting the stuff with, but it's someone that's helping you improve your life. Number four, I think I'm on number four. Number three, high value men are not needy. They meet the needs of people around them, but they are not needy. I cannot stand a needy man. Hear me very carefully. High value men, they are more focused on meeting the needs of people around them. High value men are not trying to get their needs met. Understand this. A high value man has needs. A high value woman has needs, but hear me, they marvel in their ability to help people to help people get the things that they want, to meet the needs of others, if you will. It is important. Hear me. Low value people are trying to get people to meet their needs. See me, love me, take care of me, give me, talk to me, me. But high value people understand that if you want to maintain value, it's about making sure the people around you, whether it's personally or professionally, they have what they need. Not someone esteem me, not someone encourage me. I'm here to esteem and encourage others. Hear me very carefully. If you want to be high value, if you're going to be a high value supervisor, executive, CEO, leader, spiritual leader, it doesn't matter what you do. If you are in the game of leadership, if you are in the game of influence to get your needs met, you are going to quickly fail. I don't care how dope you are now, you're not going to succeed. Here's why. Because people follow people that give, not get. People don't care what you have done for yourself. They only care about what you can do for them. And so if you want to get people to stay connected to you and follow you, you must get in a habit of of meeting the needs of people. What do I mean? Not just giving money, but giving information, giving wisdom, giving direction, giving resources, sharing, empowering people, on and on and on. So if you always need empowerment, if you always need direction, if you always need encouragement, if you always need affirmation, you're low value. Number four, high value man is emotionally intelligent. He has control over his emotions. He has control over his anger. He has control over his temper. He has control over those negative feelings. Hear me. His emotions, they do not control him. Hear me. Emotional intelligence is inclusive of, he is not competing with anybody. He's competing with himself. He's emotionally intelligent. He understands his triggers. He understands, hey, sometimes, get this, before I move into competing with oneself, sometimes he understands that the best thing I can do for those around me is to stay secluded for this particular hour because I need to get myself together. And sometimes it's okay to explain that, hey, I'm not good to talk to right now. I'm in this particular space. I'll come out of it in a few moments. Give me a minute. Hear me. Emotional. We don't just blow up and we don't just, just losing our minds and scratching cars and beating windows and beating doors and keying cars and showing up to women's jobs because they don't want to talk to you or not. They're not answering the phone. And you're not high value, you're low value. Never show up to a woman's job if she didn't invite you. Just because a woman don't call you, just because she don't return your phone calls, just because y'all have an argument, it does not give you the right, it does not warrant you to show up to a job. Hear me. You are saying that you are emotionally unstable. Hear me very carefully. Give the woman some space and some time. Chill out. Be easy. Do your thing. Occupy yourself. Go work out. Get a massage. Get a pedicure. But do not stalk a woman because you're not getting your freaking way. Emotionally intelligent men, high value men, understand emotional intelligence. They are stable in mind. Do you have the right to be pissed off? Do you have the right to be angry? Do you have the right to holler and raise your voice? Absolutely. But we do not have the right to get out of control. When you're driving, a high value man, we don't do road rage. What I mean by that, we don't roll down the window and shoot a bird at people and cuss people out, ABC, C, and D. We don't want to fight, even though we can. Come on, y'all. Y'all understand? Come on, y'all understand it. It's not that we can't. It's not that we are afraid. No, we have chosen to control ourselves because we understand that when we become, if we have to turn into survival mode, then it will become dangerous and detrimental. Understand that. So rather opening up that door, we refrain from violence and we always seek peace as much as possible. So you're not emotionally intelligent if you roll down the window and shoot a bird, and if you have a weapon in your car and you're showing your weapon, A, B, C, and D. No, the objective of the game is to create peace. I'm not trying to fight. I want to do peace. I want to do peace. I want to do peace. And you understand your triggers. You know what songs not to listen to. You know what you don't need to, even with your lady. Sometimes your lady will piss you off, aggravate you, get under your skin. Emotionally intelligent, being emotionally emotionally intelligent says, I need some space right now, you may not need to tell her that because it's gonna hurt her feelings. But take a couple hours just to go ghost a little bit so that you will not take things out on her as much as possible. Come on, man. Emotionally intelligent people, get this. They don't compete with other people. They compete with themselves. They're not jealous and envious of people. They are trying to be better than they were last year. Understand this. When you are emotionally intelligent, you're not trying to be better than the next dude. You're not trying to be better than the next company. You're trying to be your last self. You are honest with yourself. Last year I was trash, but I'm going to make sure I accomplish this year. You are trying to hear me. You have control over your emotions. You know how to communicate, and you're competing with yourself, nobody else. Number 5, hear this, understand this. A high value man is he has identity and he's authentic. He ain't trying to be anybody else. I don't care what worked for you. I don't care if it works for you. I don't care if it works for you. I am who I am. I'm not trying to be someone else. Yes, I can be inspired. Yes, I can learn from other people. Yes, I can be coached from other people, but I'm not trying to be this dude here. I'm not trying to be like somebody else. Yes, hear me. I say again, I can learn. I can take different things, different nuggets from people, but I understand that if I'm a firefighter, I ain't trying to be no police officer. If I'm a police officer, I ain't trying to be no firefighter. We have to understand that whatever hear me, you have your own sense of identity and you are authentic. You are authentically you. You ain't faking. You ain't capping. Come on, y'all, put in the comments. We hate men that cap. We know you broke. We know you ain't got nothing, but you present yourself as you talk about, oh, I got this and I'm talking to this person and I got this business deal. You're capping. High value people, they do not cap. They're extremely authentic. They are extremely methodical and they have a sense of their own journey and their own purpose. You see how this is not about money? You can have a rich cat, but he is none of this. We need to understand that you're authentic, that you don't get around people and try to be Mr. Funny Man if you ain't no comedian, and you don't try to be all serious if you know you're Mr. Funny Man. You know that this is your lane. I'm not trying to be what he is. I'm not trying to, it doesn't matter that he became a millionaire. He became a millionaire because he was zoned into his authentic self, what he was created to do. And so high value men are not looking across the street trying to copy everybody because they're so deeply wounded and insecure. I can learn from you. I will grow from you. I can receive instruction, but I am who I am. Put in the comments, man. I am who I am. Number 7 or 6. He has clear purpose. We've been talking about that all night. What does that mean? You know what you want in life and you go for it. Be willing to take a risk. Stop being scary. Jump for it. Hear me. You only get one life. YOLO don't mean act the fool. YOLO means take the risk. Have faith. Trust God. Make it happen. It don't mean get drunk and drive drunk and act crazy and die. It means, hear me, stop being afraid to get outside of the comfort zone and make things happen. Use courage. Be courageous in your business. Be courageous with love. Be courageous with your money. Invest. Do things that your parents didn't do. Do things that people tell you that's impossible to do. Don't just sit on your back and say, well, the white man won't. No, take the risk. Make it happen. Use no excuses. Stay focused on your goals. That's clear purpose. Persevere through difficult times. I hate weak men. You're not a high value man if you don't know how to persevere. Why are you crying all the time? What you crying for? What's wrong? What you crying about? This is real stuff. It's real life. Why are you always crying? Why are you always complaining? Make it happen. Why you always need a boost? Why you always need liquor? Why you always need weed? Why? Man, I ain't got nothing. Man, I ain't got nothing. Talking about nothing. They ain't said nothing about me, man. The supervisor won't even call me back. And then I came. Man, don't no woman want to hear that. You're needy. You're weak. And just because a woman says, it's okay, baby, understand something. Her respect for you diminishes whether or not she says it. Her respect for you diminishes whether or not she says it when you're always crying, when you're always complaining, when you always, man up. High value men. They persevere through difficult times. You're not the only one that doesn't have money. We've all been broke. And hear me very carefully. We will all be broke at some point. Understand this, that you will not always be rich. I don't care if you became a millionaire today. It does not mean you. Hear me. Jesus says this. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will handle itself. We don't know. Hear me. You got to stop complaining. You don't know what tomorrow will hold. You have to understand that there's going to be some ups and some downs. And you have to have mental preservation, emotional intelligence. You have to have determination. You have to have willpower, spiritual stamina, emotional stamina, physical stamina to say, all right, man, hey, listen, I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. The deal didn't go through. I lost a job. I failed at this. Go somewhere and be pissed for a minute, cry for an hour, and get up and tell your lady and tell your friends what you going to do. Understand this. Here's my favorite one, y'all, out of all of them, I think. Understand this, number 7, y'all. A high-value man, he takes care of himself. Now, we need to understand this. What does that mean to take care of yourself? Good care of your appearance. You got to take care of your appearance. How do you look? Do you iron your clothes? Are your clothes wrinkled? Do you match? Come on. Do you smell good? Do you have an odor? Do you know how to wash your clothes? Do you know how to iron your clothes? Hear me very carefully. Do your socks match? Do you have a dingy? Do you know how to make sure your shirts are always white? Do you know how to wear a suit? Do you know how to take the tags off of the suit and not walk around with tags on the tummy? Oh, this tummy heel figure. That's country figure. Well, I'm about to say it now. That's country figure. Take that off. Do you understand inches? Do you know what how long your shirt should be outside of your jacket? Do you know do you look presentable? You ain't getting no play, homie, because you don't take care of yourself. Let's intensify this. Your hygiene, bro, you stink. You have an odor. You have an odor coming from your mouth. It's something going on in the tonsillitis area that's causing us to be, hear me, it's causing us to be sick in the stomachs. We are nauseous. We are nauseous. Every time you open your mouth, we are nauseous. Understand that. Ain't nobody about to give you no play, my dog, if you don't have good hygiene. Do you wear cologne? Do you know the purpose of the cologne? Do you know the names of the cologne? Do you understand that cologne is not cologne? Cologne has to match your skin type, etc. Do you take care of your eyes? Do you take the boogers and the mucus outside of your eyes? Do you floss? Hear me. Why is your teeth full of plaque? Why is your teeth full? Close your mouth until you fix that. No, absolutely not, sir, ma'am. Floss. Some of you all need to floss. No. Everybody needs to floss, but many of you need to floss. And what's going to happen because you do not floss, you're going to start to see things bleed. When it bleeds, that is an indication, hear me, that you probably have a case of gingivitis. And I'm being very, very serious. When you start to bleed, what you need to do is take some peroxide and you need to gargle with that. And then, hear me, beyond that, you need to take yourself to the dentist. Oh, also, I want you to get on YouTube and learn how to use a water pick so you can floss, but get a water pick. If you have cavities, all of those things will make your mouth smell. You have to brush your teeth. You need to brush your teeth. The standard time for brushing your teeth is 3 minutes. A minute here, a minute here, a minute there. And ask God to give you more time. Do another minute there and another minute there. And ladies, how are you not smelling that and telling him that? How are you laughing in his face that he has bad breath? His teeth, it's yellow at the very bottom. And no, bro, come on, son. Hear me very carefully. Understand this. When you eat, you got to get that stuff out your mouth. My folk will tell you, after I eat, I'm going to the bathroom. I got to floss it. I got to get it together. Go to the dentist at least twice a year. You will pay a high cost if you don't do that. Take care of yourself. Take care of your nails. If you too macho to go and get a pedicure and a manicure, understand this. Well, do your own. Get a fingernail file. Clean the nails. It shouldn't be black. Wash your hands on a regular basis. But look at your nails now, brethren. Look at them. And if you have black under your nails right now, you need to turn this off and go and clean your nails. Women despise men with nasty nails. I asked you a question. Look at your nails right now. Men, look at your nails right now. And if your nails are black, you're missing the high value, bro. You're missing it. Hear me. And this ain't no pretty boy stuff. This is simple. This is simple manhood. Hear me. Do you understand? The military, you have inspections every week. You have inspections every week, and you are to hold your hands out. In the Marine Corps, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, understand this. You will have inspection uniforms. You can't have what we call Irish pennants, strings coming out of your clothes. Your uniform cannot be wrinkled. It has to be creased. Your bed has to be made a certain type of way. You have to show them your hands. And if your hands are dirty, you can fail your inspection. Those are points. For every dirty nail, there are points taken off for your inspection. So this ain't no pretty boy stuff. I ain't saying go and get your eyebrows arched. I said clean your nails, clean your mouth, wash your hands, wash your clothes. Understand this, y'all. After you wash your clothes, if you sit there, if you let the clothes sit there, and then if you wash your clothes at, let's say, 10 a.m. and you come home at 10 p.m. and you put those clothes in the dryer, whether you know it or not, those clothes are going to be sour. And what's going to happen is they're going to dry and your clothes will now have an odor. So you're walking around smelling like a dirty rag because you didn't have the sense to say, yo, these clothes have been sitting wet in the washing machine all day. You got to rewash them, son. You got to rewash them. You see how you can have money and be stinking? So just because you got money don't mean you high value. You can be stinking. Your breath can be stank with a bunch of money. You ain't high value. You highly stink. Understand that. Stop trying to stop. Hear me. If you want to be high value, man, if you listen to me, if you have in this session, you be like, yo, I X that, I ain't got that together. You shouldn't be worried about sex right now. You need to be working on yourself for the next 6 months. You shouldn't be chasing no shawty. You shouldn't be trying to have sex with nobody. You should be trying to get this stuff together. No sex, my God. You have to take care of yourself if you're going to be considered high value. Next, you have to have esteem. You have to have confidence. Let me tell you about this, man. I've had multiple people tell me, say, oh yeah, Pastor, you can come off like, arrogant and A, B, C, and D. And if people don't know you, they'll think we know you, but the people don't, what? I don't care about what nobody's talking about. I was raised by a daddy. What you talking about? Dad, so we listen to me. Understand this. Dad will walk around and say, hear me, you don't shrink for nobody. Walk with your chest out, but not your nose up. Come on, y'all. And when people have not been raised and when they don't understand the esteem of a father, they think that confidence is arrogant. High value men ain't walking around with their head down. High value men ain't walking around. No, sir. I don't care about what nobody think about me. A high value man don't care about what nobody think. Hear me. Your objective is to walk in humility. Humility don't have nothing to do with I ain't nobody. It's just God. I ain't special. What the devil? That's not humility. I know some really nice people who are arrogant and pompous. Hear me. But when you are intimidated, when you don't have confidence, you will mistake confidence for arrogance, and it's not. High value men do not care about what people think about them. They don't go around and chase rumors. Who talking about me? What they said about me? I don't get what? Not high value. We don't have time to chase rumors, whether they are true or false. We don't care about what people think. I don't like that church. What? Do you know how many churches are in Atlanta? Go to one of them. We don't care. We're not mad and angry and disappointed because people said they don't like us. Hear me. If you're going to be a high value person, you cannot care about what people think about you. Hear me. Don't even worry about what people think, because one quote says most people aren't thinking. They're giving opinions from an ignorant, uncultured, unexposed perspective. Hear me. Don't worry about what people think. You cannot chase rumors. You can't, and understand this. You cannot walk around shrinking. You have to be able to say, yeah, I can do it. I can take care of it. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I don't care about what nobody thinks. Sometimes they don't know your heart. I didn't show them my heart. That ain't what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to show people my heart. I'm a leader. I'm a man. And hear me. And that's how high value people think. They're not trying to show heart. They're leaders. High value women, understand that you cannot shrink. You got to wake up in the morning and look your best, feel your best, think your best, know where you're going, know what you want out of life. Understand that you must be assertive. Women hate men that cannot make decisions. Understand that. Women do, hear me, a man that's not assertive, not being assertive and controlling, two different things. I didn't say be controlling, be assertive, be able to make a decision. Don't ever say, I don't know. A woman wants you to know. If she asks, hey, what we going to do about this? Give me a minute. Let me think about it. I'll come back with a plan. I don't know. You tell me. Bro, you just put some panties on when you did that. You just put some Victoria's Secret on. And some of y'all got to take that Victoria's Secret off, brother. Take your Victoria's Secret off, sir, and give that to her. If she asks you a question, have an answer. Don't be talking about something you don't know. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. Better know. If she asks you what we going to do, have an answer. She asks you where we going, have an answer. She tells you, if she asks, what do you want out of life? Don't be like, man, I'm just trying to be out here. I'm about to work this thing. Lame, bro. You take your panties off and put some shorts on, put some drawers on, act like a man, and know what it is you want. You cannot shrink, have confidence. I know where I'm going, have a strong opinion, have a strong stance, even if people don't agree with it. Be assertive. Next, understand this. A high value man is not rich, but he's financially responsible. He's financially responsible. That doesn't mean he's wealthy. It does mean that he takes care of his financial responsibilities. So what that means is he ain't spending money on stuff that he cannot afford. Hear me. I have a man of God that's close to me that said something some months ago. He was about to buy a very expensive watch. He said something that I said, I love that response. He was about to buy a very expensive watch. He decided not to and said that was not going to be responsible. I said, and that's the key. Buy something that's responsible. It's not that you don't buy what's responsible. And high value people, they buy and purchase what's responsible. Poverty says don't get nothing. But high value and prosperity says I can buy it, but it has to be a responsible choice. Don't miss that. I'm buying responsibly. Number 13, 14, high value men, they take full responsibility for the condition of their lives. Understand, they're not looking for handouts and they're not blaming everybody. They're not even sitting around saying, man, it's this fault, or if I wouldn't have done that. No, I'm here. I'm taking full responsibility. I'm owning it. I'm leaning into it. I have a plan. Understand this. Number 14, a high value man is honest. He's not a habitual liar. A high value woman is not a habitual liar. Understand, they do not lie to friends. They don't lie to keep friends. They don't lie to get friends. They do not lie to impress people. Hear me. They're not just honest with others. They're honest with themselves. If you fat, say you fat. Look into me. Don't be like, oh, no, say you fat. Don't look for people to esteem you. You're not fat, and your woman gonna do it, buddy. Your woman gonna tell you look better. You look great. You look amazing. But you gotta look in the mirror and say, I do not. I am weak. I am obese. I am fat. I am lazy. I am broke. And you cannot look for people. Oh, it's gonna happen. No, be honest with yourself. Do not lie to yourself to make yourself feel better. You have to be honest. You're gonna be high value. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with people. Hear me. A high value man doesn't lie to get sex. You don't use your money to get sex. You use your personality to do it. If you're going to do it, use your personality. You don't lie and manipulate. I love you. You my wife. You the best thing. No, just say I want it. And if she say no, be like, all right, I'm high value. I can find. Man, get out of here, bro. Man, I got to go. High value man is responsible and consistent. He's responsible. He's consistent. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Let your yay be your yay and let your nay be your nay. He's reliable and consistent. He stays the course. He's not easily distracted. He's not easily for 4 weeks, you're going to do this. And for another 6 weeks, you change. No, high value people are dependable and they are consistent. If you say you're going to show up, show up. If you say you're going to give it, give it. If you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And you're going to be consistent with whatever it is is you do in your life. High value man, get this, is always into self-improving. What that means is this: he wants to be a better man. He's consistently working on himself. He's consistently working on his weight. He's consistently working on his intellect. He's consistently working on his vocabulary. He's consistently working on his emotions. He's consistently working on his money. He's consistently working on his relationships. He's consistently working on his friendships, his family. He's consistently trying to improve. He's reading something. He's listening to something. He's studying something. He's practicing something. He's being exposed to something. Last but not least, a high value man is a giver. He's generous. He's not a taker. He's more concerned with what he can give to his family, give to his friends, give to his community, give to society. If a high value man is afraid to hold everything that he gets within to himself, he is trying to give it. He's trying to make things better, make people better. And you can only make things better, make people better. You can only improve, bring improvement to whatever world you're in by being a giver. You give your last. I asked my daddy, I said, what's the key to being a phenomenal husband? He said, you got to give your last. And that's why a lot of people ain't working. People don't know how to give their last. Understand this. If you want to be a phenomenal person, if you want to be a high value person, give your last without expecting a whole lot in return. Give everybody, give your last. You got to give your time. Give your time. Give wisdom. Give attention. Give attention to your lady. Give attention to your children. Give attention to the people that's following you. Pay attention to them. Don't have an open door policy. Go to people. Nobody should knock on your door. You should be knocking on theirs if you are a leader, because I want to give you attention. I want to give you what you're missing. I want to give you what you need. That's high value. Yo, I don't know if my sound is working, but thank y'all for tuning in to Bandwidth, y'all. Episode 59, man. We got one more to go before we do 60. It's going to be crazy this year. I love y'all, man. I hope you love me. Stay motivated. We have a few more days before the end of the year, man. Support each other. Love each other. Stay out of trouble, man. I promise you it's going to get better. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to